The nurses over there in New York have been on strike for about 10 days now. Now, I'm going to tell you what. I didn't think it was going to last this long because 10 days is a long time, especially in this time. I mean, 10 days with no work, that's rough. That's really rough. But seemingly there might be some type of consensus in the near future. What's going on YouTube? It's your host, Bruce GNT, and we're here to talk about the nurses strike that's going on at NYC. And I'll get into why they're doing it if they don't talk about it in this video, but I'm kind of split in the middle when it comes to this, all right? But let's jump right in.
Nurses picketing all day and for many days here at Mount Sinai. On Wednesday evening, moved to New York Presbyterian Hospital across town for a candlelight vigil to prepare for negotiations set for Thursday. And nurses saying it's not a day too soon. For 10 days.
Nothing standing side by side.
Chants, the honking, and all the noise making has continued, but the prospect now, possibly a major one, is day 11, Thursday.
It's a glimmer of hope. It's light at the end of the tunnel.
Danya Munoz, a nurse practitioner, is on the executive committee of the New York State Nurses Association, or NYSNA, the nurses union. She's talking about how she'll be in the room on Thursday when executives from all three hospital systems, Mount Sinai, New York Presbyterian, and Montefiore, will meet with nurses union leaders along with a mediator to discuss a new contract.
We know how valuable this movement is. It's about the working people. It's about us making a difference and making sure our communities also feel seen and heard.
The nurses say they want to make sure their health insurance packages don't get scaled back and that they get increases in safety at their hospitals as well as higher pay. And now that the strike has worn on for a week and a half, they're feeling it.
We're not getting paid throughout the strike.
Yeah, so it pretty much went over why they're striking, because I was going to talk about that as well. Not only that, because I've done a little bit of research, looked into it, seemingly they also want job security, because with the rise of AI, a lot of nurses are looking around going, okay, we want to make sure that we're safe and we're taken care of when it comes to AI being implemented within these fields, because like I've said before, AI is not coming to immediately to take people's jobs. It's trying to find its way, see where it fits, and then slowly over time it will. So within the next 5 to 10 years, I could definitely see it phasing out certain jobs. Nursing, no, I don't see it phasing out nursing, especially like all the things that nurses do. But I could definitely see it being used as a tool to kind of like negotiate, saying, hey, look, we don't really need to pay that much because AI is doing a good portion of the work that you're doing right here. Now, my thoughts on this, right? I get it. I understand it, because nursing across the country has been suffering, especially when it comes to the safety aspect. A lot of nurses feel like when it comes to their safety, when dealing with patients, because they have they have a massive amount of patients when it comes to nurses. In some cases, you have one nurse dealing with 6 to 7 patients at once. That's difficult. That's hard. It wears on you. You know, there are times that they do their work schedule, nothing to laugh at. They work 12s. In some cases, they have to work more than that. So I understand and I get it, but the thing is this, right? In certain areas, right, and with certain hospitals, they cannot afford to pay these nurses, and it kind of becomes this like weird cycle where the reason these nurses are upset is because they're not getting paid. The hospitals don't have enough money to pay them because of whatever have you, whether the area, whether it's the care that they provide, and just different things like that. So when it comes to quality, the quality dips, and then just creates a cycle of quality dips. Nurses don't get paid, and when nurses see that certain hospitals are not paying them as much, guess what? They're not going to work there, or they're not going to work within certain jobs. They're having a nursing shortage not because of, you know, degrees or money, anything like that. They're having a nursing shortage due to the fact that they're teachers, right? There's not a lot of people that want to go up and be educators because the pay isn't worth it and the time isn't worth it. It's kind of, it sucks, because I'm all for it. I'm all for people getting their money. I'm all for people getting safety. I'm all for people making sure that they have job security, because no one wants to be out there on their ass. But at the same time, if the money's not there, then the money's not there. You can't make it appear out of nowhere.
We don't have health insurance throughout the strike, so most of us have no wages, no health insurance. Nurses have been applying for unemployment.
That may have been a factor, suddenly adding nearly 15,000 people to the unemployment benefit rolls is a sizable hit to the state, the nurses say. And the nurses union saying that big hit to unemployment benefits may have helped to motivate Governor Kathy Hochul to work with Mayor Zohran Mamdani to get the hospitals to the negotiating table. Meanwhile, New York Presbyterian confirming it intends to be at the table and is working with a mediator to figure out an exact place and time for Thursday. We will certainly be all over this as usual with updates right up to the minute.
Yeah, the whole affair, because it sucks to go 10 days without working, you know, and then especially certain people, they that's what they got to rely on. You got a lot of people that they're relying on that high income to, you know, provide for themselves and their kids and their families. So it really does suck, especially when it comes to health insurance. That shit ain't no joke. My only thing is that I can see them getting shortchanged. I can see them getting shortchanged and them giving them certain things, but I don't see them increasing the pay. I could be off. I could be 100% off. I don't see them increasing the pay, and when it comes to safety, I see that kind of lacking as well. Other things, I think they could be able to provide for them when it comes to the healthcare and I guess a little bit of job security when it comes to AI. I can definitely see them giving with certain stuff like that, but the pay and safety, I'm not seeing it, because when it comes to safety, right, unless you're able to just have something implemented to where you're getting bodies, like people that's actually going to be there and protect the nurses and the nursing staff, that's a problem that you can't really just fix like that. Like, what can you do? What, you could give incentives for pay, saying, hey, look, for a security guard at this location, you're gonna pay this much. Yeah, I guess, but that's more money. That's more money taken off the table. When it comes to higher pay as well, I know a lot of employers rather pay for. Well, it really just depends. Actually, it really depends, because I was about to say a lot of employers would rather pay for health insurance as opposed to higher pay, but it depends, because health insurance is no joke. That's just expensive. So it might just be a situation where they give them higher pay, and then they delegate them to, you know, get their own health insurance. So that might be the move. And like I said, I could be 100% off, all right? But based off of what I'm seeing here and the little bit that I know, I can see that being the case. But Kathy Hochul and Zohran Mamdani. Now look, I know I haven't talked about him yet. I'm sitting down and watching everything. I'm watching his staff. I'm watching his people. I'm gonna give him a little bit of rope. I want to give him the opportunity to try to prove himself in a sense. You know what I'm saying? So I'm not gonna do anything on Zohran Mamdani just yet. If I see some that's, you know, tasty and kind of interesting, then yeah, I might talk about that, but nothing yet, because I want to give him a chance, because who knows, I could be wrong. He could be fantastic for New York. I doubt it, but he could be. Well, you guys already know the drill. That's it for this video. If you enjoyed it, leave a like. Comment down below, tell me your thoughts. How do you think this is going to go? Do you think the negotiations is going to go in the nurses' favor to where they get all, if not most, of what they want? Or is it going to be a situation where they're going to kind of get shafted? So let me know down in the comments below. But that's it for now. Don't forget to subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one. Peace.